Yeah, so I haven't played the Ace Attorney games before, and I was still kind of in the mood for, like, crime scene investigation in that, so fuck it. Why not? I don't know how long this stream's gonna go. Like, I think 4 or 5 hours, and from how long to beat and how I've talked to, and how I've heard it from other people, chapters go for like 4 or 5 hours, so I'm not sure whether I'm gonna go through like any kind of prologue, but yeah. Also, if you're in the stream, please let me know how the sound is, because this game is significantly louder than Danganronpa, and if I'm on the right window, there aren't many options for balancing the audio in-game. And the way I balance the audio in Windows already is kind of complicated, so like fiddling with that is going to be a nightmare, so hopefully the sound levels are alright. But yeah, fuck it. Let's start. Right. So, I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is the first one. Oh, they've even got the dates they were released in the thing. That's handy. Oh, and we're going into the first episode. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I'll put that in the title as well. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do a quick thing. Does this also start at episode 1? Fuck, it does. Oh, how am I gonna split this up then? Like game 1, chat episode 1, maybe? I like putting that tag in the, stream title just so people know, because especially games like this, they can be easily spoiled, so, like, I don't really want someone to walk in and, you know, have that happen. Yeah, that should do it. Alrighty, let's get this party started. And I got an achievement just for that. That's not the color of blood. I can't get caught. Not like this. This is automatically going forward. So I'm gonna pin this on. Kaito? I'm sorry, I'm probably going to be insufferable with the Danganronpa references in this. Okay, I was going to say, like, if this was all auto-scrolling, I didn't expect that. Hold on a sec. Is my webcam moved? I thought that looked like it was in a different position, but I guess not. Okie dokie. I didn't read that shit. Boy, am I nervous. Court record. I'm assuming that's... No. That's different stuff. Yeah. Alright. There's also options, which is... Yeah, okay. So we can save at any time. Fix any of that stuff at any time. That's neat. Alright. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hi, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Wow. Says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. What the hell? What? That was in brackets. Was that... Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. What is this meant to indicate? That it's, like, muffled or something? I'm kind of confused. Like, obviously, like we saw before, that the light blue text, similar to how Danganronpa colors the text, light blue indicates, like, inner thoughts, white is spoken dialogue, but green is, like, I don't know if that's, like, just shouting? I don't know. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick. Butts. What? Phoenix. Hey. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. What the fuck? Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid to die. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished? Oh, this is already some goofy shit. I love this. Can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Is he calling him Nick because Phoenix? That's really clever. That makes me wonder whether, like, I'm assuming his real name is Phoenix, but... Alright. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Oh no. The school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Oh my god. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself into trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. August 3rd, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom number 2. I wish I could look at the log, because I'm wondering if that was, like, if this is, like, some, in media res. Oh, maybe not. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh. Hands shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them correctly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Okay, yeah. The defendant is Larry Butts. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Well, we can have a look at... the victim in this... Oh. Am I meant to just look through this at like, specific points? Or, like... So, the model, she lived in an apartment. Time of death, 4 to 5 p.m. Loss of blood due to blunt trauma. No one would believe I was the defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Okay, so her name is Cindy Stone. Phew, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Yeah, I totally didn't just bring that up right now. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No. No way. I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Phoenix? Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. This looks... if we weren't in, like, anime... if we weren't in the anime realm of, like, expectations, this would be, like, so goofy that this defense lawyer would probably just be thrown out immediately. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press to check it in any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now, tell me what was the cause of death. She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to court record. A statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use Thing to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh, you mean like the fact that he just wants to die? And he's going to basically plead guilty on the stand based on his fucking behavior before. Uh-oh. Laurie gets excited easily. This could be bad. I mean, he looks calm. Oh! Oh! Okay, I understand the perspective now. See, I was kind of confused, because, like, with the shots of the defendant, or the defense and the prosecution, and the judge, I assumed we were, like, back here, with the prosecution on the, with the defendant on the left, the defense on the left, and the prosecution on the right, with the judge straight ahead of us. But the camera is actually, like, in the center of all of this, like, positioned closer to the judge. So, like, the prosecution is on the right, the defense is on the left, the witness is in front of us, and then the judge behind, I think? Because we also saw that zoomed out shot, and it was backwards compared to what this perspective is implying. That was really weird. That disoriented me for a good bit. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Oh, God. That's a good start. Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? That's a good point. I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls, or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you, anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 30th of July, the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Hold on. Right. That doesn't have a time on it. But, like, most of the day had passed afterward. Okay. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Oh, here we go. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I... No, stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating oh, fucking... Larry, I just saved your ass. Then you had to go and... I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Yeah, that's actually a much better, like, thing of this. That's so weird, like... I guess I don't know how you would actually handle, like, the four perspectives better, but maybe, actually, you know what? It's probably because of memes. Like, that Phoenix is always on the right, on the left, the prosecution is always on the right, that I assumed it was, what? Okay, so technically backwards for the webcam, but that I thought it was Phoenix, the judge, and then the defense. Oh, sorry, the prosecution. I'm gonna mix that up so much. Yeah. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? I can't make that any louder, so... Well, did you or did you not? Huh? Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the... Or you could just directly tell him that. Yeah, I was there. I went. That worked? Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Ooh, he has a much higher pitched voice than I gave him. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body, just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Okay, look, I'm gonna give the judge a voice because I believe he's gonna be showing up a lot more than everyone else. I'm not gonna give literally everyone a voice. Some of them I'm just gonna read, unless something jumps out at me. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh, yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Witness testimony. Okay. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby... Hang on, he already contradicted himself. Like, he said he didn't move into the room, but he checked the phone? Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 PM. Hang on. That contradicts the time of death. If you found the body and reported it at 1 PM... Yeah, that's not right. Can I, like... The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity to Miss Stone's building was out from noon till 6 PM. Okay, that matches up, so the phone may not have worked. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Why would you say that out loud? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then what? That witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? Ugh, how do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with that, point out contradictions in the testimony. Okay. Cross-examination. Witness's account. So is this just going to replay this? I was going to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. Quailed and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. Thought to call the police immediately. Phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was PM. Yeah. You found the body at 1 PM. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 PM, for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. Ooh, yeah, that's a... Ooh, not a good set of words. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Ugh. Oh, that. Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. Fuck. Fuck off. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawit, Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Too easy. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Okay, so we're doing this again. Time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Okay. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's not true. The blackout lasted until 6 p.m. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about that misunderstanding. Yeah, that's not true. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Oh. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off. I feel like it's... So, we have a record saying that the electricity was out from noon till 6 p.m. Hang on a second. I am gonna save here. How many save files do I have? Oh, okay, there's a lot. That's neat. Just in case, like, I want to hear this over again, because I want to understand this claim. It was 3 hours off, wasn't it? So he's claiming the time was actually 4 p.m. I think? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Okay, I think this is what I present. Because he's saying that... Oh, hey, Valk, how's it going? Because he's saying that he heard the time as 1 p.m. and then it was off by 3 hours. But if it was actually 4 p.m., then the blackout record contradicts that. But I don't know if I should be presenting this when he says it's been 3 hours, or if she was watching a thing. Like, I think this is right. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. Oh. Oh, yeah, of course. There was a blackout at the time. He couldn't have possibly heard that. So I was right initially. I overcomplicated this. Fuck. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sewit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sewit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sewit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Okay. Oof. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the... Wait, what? Used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I said. Hang on. Is that actually a clock? It doesn't say that this is a clock, but, like, it clearly has, like, the box underneath it that makes it look like one, I guess? Okay. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. I mean, there's not much to cross-examine here. It's just... I didn't hear the time I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Wait. No, hang on. Haven't we gone back to... Oh, I see what he's saying. So, the... Well, that still contradicts... Okay, so... Remember to press them if it's a sus statement. How do you press them? I don't think... Oh, right. I completely forgot about that. Oh, and I can actually go backwards and forwards. That's neat. I didn't see that. Yeah. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon, the killer... That must have been what I saw. Yeah, I guess for, like, all the hand-holding this case was initially doing, it kind of didn't notice that bit, which is a bit weird. Okay. I didn't hear it, I saw it. Table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? You know what, I'm probably gonna save again, just because... I don't know what's gonna happen if I get stuff wrong, so... The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Is it even a... It's explained soon, I think, but it's super handy. Yeah, I'd imagine so. I wonder if I can get a time out of him. Oh, that was the same thing That was the same statement. Can I press other statements then? Oh, this is the first I've heard of it. Does that... So there's a couple of things I'm thinking, right? You can press object to each individual green text. Okay, yeah. So he walks in, the power is out. But yeah, this claim is, like, super fucking weird now. I'm actually kind of lost here. So, okay. He walks into the room, and, so he walks into the room we're trying to establish what, like, I guess, like, I'm trying to think of what time he actually was in there. He reckons that the power was out, but the clock said it was 1 p.m. Now, the power didn't come back on until 6, so he would have seen it at 7 p.m. But, like... There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, and then he claims that... It's the first I've heard of it. Yep. It's the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes. I guess, like... Like, I guess I could present... I don't know if... Like, I don't know if this is too much of a stretch, but, like, but the murder weapon was a statue, not a clock. I guess it, yeah, like, it says statue. Like, I guess that's the contradiction? Yeah, like, I guess I'm just, like... Yeah, so the bit that got me there, I think, if this is correct, the thing that got me there was that, like, it's a statue. It could be a statue and a clock. The piece of evidence didn't say it's a clock. But I don't know if, like, the person... Like, if I have to press, like, well, hang on a minute, no, this is a statue, this is what the evidence says, or if I have to try and, yeah, establish some other part of this. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? Well, you with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sawit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. Oh, okay. Okay. So, right. So, this is like, hang on a minute. We don't have the evidence that this is what that was. So, now we get the explanation of how this is actually a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? I mean, yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Yeah, the evidence wasn't logged correctly, which is super sus. Yeah, I guess I gotta look out for that now. Contradictions in what the evidence literally tells me is also a thing I should, present. Clearly, a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? Like, that day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard... No, I mean... Oh, Jesus. Shut up, shut up, shut up! I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn! Give him death! Fucking yikes. Order! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor? The sound Mr. Sewit heard definitely this clock. Fact which is clear if you simply... All you have to do is examine the batteries. Batteries are in the right way. Clock seems to be working fine. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright? That the clock was working fine? Yes, and? Ah, fuck. Mr. Wright, I expect more from a lawyer in this court, even if it is your first day. Afraid I have to penalize you. Try to think through more carefully. Fuck. Okay. No. Try sounding the clock? Ask the neighbors? What neighbors? Like... Oof. Try sounding the clock? I guess? Maybe? I don't know, I'm gonna save here. I don't really care if, like, I'm going through this on, like, my first trial, like... If this is how I have to learn, this is how I have to learn, but... I ask the court to listen very carefully. Okay, yep. No, I get where this is going now. Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sewit heard and the actual time of death. Yep. So, Mr. Sewit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. He's right, now am I gonna prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I can't let you indict the witness, unfortunately. Wait, what? Was that meant to happen? I'm actually kind of confused. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. Wait, really? There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sweat. Mia? I mean, Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason, and you'll have your proof. Right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I mean, it's got to be related to the blackout. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha, tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Okay. Well, it's battery powered. Yeah. Wait, do I actually have evidence of this? Oh, fuck me. So... You do, it's a bit obscure. Okay. So, the power is off for 6 hours. He hears the clock say around 1 PM at what is actually 4 PM. So the question is, how did it get like that? It's got to be something to do with the time of death and the blackout, but I'm not. Oh, no, but then it would be 6 hours off. If it was off for the entire time of the blackout, it would if it was off for the entire blackout, it would be 6 hours out. Shit. I'm actually kind of lost on this one. Oh, no, hang on. Wouldn't the again, battery power, the blackout wouldn't affect it at all. Oh, so if it said 1 PM and the cause of yeah, no, it's this, isn't it? The time of death was 4 PM. If he heard 1 PM and the clock is already off, that would prove it. But does that prove that it was off at the time of the murder? Fuck it, I've got meter to burn, so... Ah, fuck me. Oh, that wasn't it. One more chance. Give me just one more chance. Alright, but this... Time is not on your side. Please be quick. Let's see this evidence that proves the clock was moving slow. Which piece of evidence haven't you used yet? I guess the passport? Oh, no, but this is part of the hotel. This is the only piece of evidence I haven't used yet. I think I've used the blackout record. I've also used the time of death. I've used the statue. I haven't used the passport, right? Like, I don't want you to tell me that the passport is correct. I want you to tell me that the passport is the only thing I haven't used yet, right? Like, I'm not confusing that. Because I could buy, like, some kind of time difference thing if this was a, souvenir. The victim had just returned home from abroad. Oh, hang on. What the hell is the time difference in Paris and... Hang on. Wait, did the clock say... Oh, fuck, hold on a second. The clock didn't say AM or PM, did it? Yeah, it's 9 hours, yeah. So it's not 3 hours out, it's actually 9 hours out. She would have bought it there, she didn't change it, because it was a souvenir clock, and, like... Yeah, fuck. Oh, God. Yeah, okay. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM the next day there. No, yeah. That's kind of obscure, but, like... No, that makes a lot of sense. If you're paying attention, and if you had a log, this would probably be a lot easier. But, yeah, that's clever. I like that. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? That's super lame. The only issue is you aren't really made aware of the time zone that this is based in. I suppose that's true. You have the vague notion that it's in America. But I think the main thing is that if I remember correctly, the thinker didn't say whether it was AM or PM, and that probably should have been a hint that something like this was kind of possible. Yeah. You just fucking faint? Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts. And with that, this court is adjourned. Turns out that Frank Sawit was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house that day. When Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. (232) District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. So this is shortly after the case. Or the hearing. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Oh god, he's still going on about this. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Or what's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Bad, bad, bad. This... The, If this was Danganronpa, that would be a lot more worrying, and I don't know if I'm meant to take that seriously or not here. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was at... Nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Thanks, Larry. Just what I wanted. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I mean, yeah, she was if you made that and she was carrying that thing overseas with her? Like, I don't know about that. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? This. I like the image of just like this quiet conversation in the lobby happening, and then Phoenix just like turns, like grabs something out of his pocket, shoves it at Larry, and just screams, "Take that!" Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. This is like a truncated version of like every single Danganronpa speech before a fucking, before a punishment happens. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying a part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. Oh. Well, that's fucking ominous. Oof. Okay. Hold on a sec. Oh, shit. Why the fuck has, Streamlabs chat not got fucking, BBTV in it? No, that's not it. Shit. Sorry, I'm just trying to see if I can fix that. And I might as well do it now while, we're in between chapters. Streamlabs. No, it's still not there. Oh, no, there it is. That's weird. I don't know why that came up, or why that didn't come up but the first time, but let's just quickly test. It's still not showing. What the fuck? Where is... Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry about this. Why didn't that? No, GIF emotes are on. Why the fuck isn't that? Oh well, whatever. It's not that important, but it'd be nice. Okay. I'm quickly going to change the stream title to, just because we're going into episode 2 now. I'm assuming there's going to be a bit more story in the chapters now, because that was like straight to a case, and I guess that's kind of like the tutorial, so brand new episode has been added. Yes, I'd love to.